Hello, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. It's your girl, Kamie Crawford. And today, a legend is in the building. And also, apparently, my twin. We have political and social change activist and strategist, author and host of the Undistracted podcast, Brittany Packnett Cunningham.
Hi.
Queen.
Twin.
How are we? No, the Canadian tuxedo matching.
Yeah. I walked in and it was a Spider-Man meme.
It's so, but it's sickening, like in the best way.
Absolutely.
I just love a denim on denim.
It's never going to steer you wrong.
Yes.
It doesn't have to match perfectly, but you're always going to look snatched and pulled together.
I
You
agree.
can dress it up. You can dress it down. It's never a bad choice. Plus, Beyonce loves it, so we're
That's
in good
exactly
company.
who I was thinking. I'm like,
Yeah.
Cowboy Carter. Like,
Yeah.
we're on brand. This is what we're
Absolutely.
supposed to be giving.
1,000%.
This is what the world deserves to see us in. The original Cowboys. Hello.
Yes, indeed.
Miss Brittany, I need to start off by asking you, how are you in these trying times? Because it is trying, it is tacky, it is terrible, it is tumultuous, it is tyrannous.
And toxic.
And toxic as hell.
Yeah.
How
I
do
mean,
you feel?
I feel like I'm in a toxic relationship with my worst boyfriend ever,
Mm-hmm.
who will very simply not let me go.
Mm-hmm.
Because here I am, descendant of enslaved people in a country we built for free that refuses to acknowledge our dignity 250 years later while they're throwing themselves a birthday party. and in the midst of that, I have to show up, smile, work, perform, behave, raise children, love my husband, pay my taxes, like do all the things that are expected of citizenship without being awarded said citizenship in full.
Mm.
And he just gonna keep coming around and be like, where's my stuff? Like, give me more. And I don't know about you, but I've been with the man like that before.
Yeah.
And I cut him off for
Yeah.
a reason. And so trying to find the balance between how to honor the work of my ancestors and my elders and not give up on what they created and raise my children in a place where they absolutely deserve to be. And I'll be damned if somebody tells them they don't belong, while every other day feeling like the U.S. is ghetto, Earth is ghetto, I want to leave. Where are we going?
Where do we go?
Aliens come on, pick me up. I went stargazing the other night in Utah, and there was a plane, but it looked like it could have been a UFO just for a second.
Hey,
and I was like,
that's my Uber.
come get us. You're here. I've been waiting for you. I was ready. I was ready to go.
My fiance, after Barack Obama made his comment about aliens
Yes.
maybe being a thing, which
Yeah.
they are, my hot take is I believe all of the aliens actually live underwater. I believe that they live in the deepest parts of the ocean.
You're
have
on like
only-
Black Panther Wakanda Forever for this.
We have only discovered, what do they say, like 10% of the
yeah,
ocean?
the ocean is scary. I'm not even going to hold you.
And I'm supposed to believe that the aliens are upstairs? No, the aliens are in the basement, deepest crest part
wherever
of the,
they
of the
are,
earth.
wherever they are, I hope they invite us to be their roommates because I'm sick of this.
Literally.
And I'm convinced that aliens are black. Okay, hear me out.
Huh.
You got a group of people who are known, at least in our mind's eye, for doing things that mainstream people are not capable of,
Culture.
for innovating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for creating their own. Who did that sound like to you?
And people are afraid of them
That's us.
with no real reason to be.
Now, come on. And every video I ever see of a cartoon alien, they got rhythm.
True.
They can dress. They look good in color.
Yep.
That's us.
Yeah. Actually, yes.
I think those are at least our cousins.
And they're in Canadian tuxedos too.
Yes, exactly.
They're coming down like, hey, denim on denim.
Yeah. Denim on
on denim.
Coming
come
down
with me.
or up, as it were.
Or up.
Through the ocean.
They're in the
This is insane. How did we get here?
Mark my words, they're in the ocean. But when Barack said that, my fiance was like, if the aliens come, what are you going to do? I said, pack my shit.
I'm out.
I'm
you
going
kidding me?
with them.
I'm out. Let's go.
Let's go.
Either the aliens pick me up or Jesus pick me up. But somebody needs to come get us.
Somebody's coming.
Yeah.
Noah is coming with the ark at any moment.
Somebody.
Don't forget my stop.
I'm going to be ready. I got to go back.
Don't forget my stop.
Pull up.
Please. That is literally where we are. I think just as a society, it feels like nowhere is safe. My eye has been twitching, I mean, I think since the election. Which was the last time that I saw you. Well,
it was a little bit after.
I saw you at Roots Picnic.
I saw you at Roots Picnic, and then I saw you at Vice President Harris's holiday party.
Yes, which didn't feel, it was a party, but it didn't feel like a party because it was just so maddening to realize what we could have had.
Yes.
Like when people on the internet respectfully to MVP Harris, because you know you're my girl, she's been on Relationship before. But when people on TikTok say we could have had a bad bitch, we really could have had a bad bitch.
No, just honestly, I think she's been on Undistracted too, and I've known her for some years, and I think she would appreciate the compliment. I think she would hear it correctly. She would appreciate the compliment, and I think she would agree. I think she would say we could have had a bad bitch.
Could have had a bad bitch, and if y'all would have just voted for the black lady, we would not be dealing with what we are dealing with right now. We are recording this the day after the state of the disunion.
State of dementia, the state of confusion,
literally,
the state of supremacy, the state of lots of things, but not the union.
Had a scowl on my face the whole time. I was like, my Botox is going to hell in a handbasket right now.
You good for watching. I barely turned it on. The one moment that I did turn it on, the entire USA men's hockey team was standing up and being introduced. Like we were like in church recognizing the visitors or something. And I was like, this is not what we signed up for. So I went back to watching State of the People. I went back to playing with my little niece. I was like, this is not a good use of any of our time.
Yeah. I love that Andy Cohen did a State of the Union for Bravo. I'm not even a Bravo girly, but like that actually would have been a better use of my time.
You're not a Bravo girly?
No.
We have to talk about that at some point.
I know.
I'll recruit you. Don't worry.
It's just so many shows. It's just so many shows, so many seasons, so many plot lines.
You pick the ones you want. But yeah, lots of plot lines. But I mean, some of the most classic memes we've ever gotten.
And I know all of the references and I love all the memes.
So
I'm like, do I really need to watch it?
Yes.
Honestly, at this rate, I'll take anything that might spark some ounce of joy in my life, because I feel like in preparation for these midterms and just, let me just be honest with you, Brittany. Let me just level with you for a second, okay? I come from a family where my dad grew up in Detroit, grew up with nothing, literally picked himself up by the bootstraps and created a beautiful life for our family with the help of my mother, who is an immigrant. She came from Jamaica. She was born and raised in Jamaica. She came to this country when she was a teenager. And I was raised by my mom and grandmother before she met my dad, who I call my dad, the one from Detroit. They had children together, and the rest is history. A very privileged upbringing, very privileged background. And I'm proud of everything that my family has done.
Yeah.
I also feel, and I was talking to my therapist about this in my last session, I feel that I've been shielded from a lot of the comings and goings of politics and the U.S. government, and also having a mom and a grandmother who are not from this country. My entire maternal side is from another country. U.S. politics, not their thing.
Yeah.
At least at the time. They didn't really know much. When my grandma immigrated to America, the first time she heard the word prejudice, she asked the person who was working at the bank. My grandma's also white. She's a white Jamaican. She heard the word prejudice. Somebody said, oh, so-and-so, like they're prejudiced. And she was like, oh my gosh, how long do they have? Because she thought that it was
a prognosis.
A prognosis. And honestly, it is.
Yeah.
She thought it was a disease.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And I feel like my kind of activism, I feel like I have late stage activism.
Yeah.
And I'm clocking in to the party later than I feel like I would have liked if I had different information growing up. But that my therapist is like, you can't judge yourself based on those things.
No, you can't. I agree with your therapist.
Yeah.
I don't believe that there is such a thing as late stage activism, because the truth of the matter is none of us are born fully formed, right? Nobody came into the world knowing everything that they know now.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if we're doing this thing called life right, we learn more, we evolve, we grow more, we shift our politic, we change our philosophies and opinions based on new information, new knowledge, which is what you've done, right? Which is what I've done, which is what any of us have done. I think back to 12 years ago during the Ferguson uprising, because I also had a very privileged upbringing, but like I was raised by activists, a social worker, and a liberation theologian. Like
they weren't fucking around
Jesus at all. Jesus was black, Santa was black,
Period.
all the movies was black.
Yes.
The children's books had the kids colored in black. Like that's the house I grew up in, right?
So funny.
But comfortable, right? Had an excellent education, could go on vacation, lived in a safe neighborhood, all of those things. Again, that, like you said, our parents worked really hard for. But I was really raised with a lot of pride in who I am and understanding that I have a responsibility to carry on the legacy, right? That I'm not enjoying any of these comforts by happenstance. Somebody earned them. So I need to go earn the next set, right? But like in 2014, my version of what that meant in terms of policy in the context of the Ferguson uprising and police violence and police brutality, as we were talking about it, was like body cameras and better training. That's what made sense to me, right? And I did a lot of work on those things. I did a lot of work on those policies. And the money got paid and the training happened and the departments were more diversified and people got the body cameras and the police did not kill any fewer people than they were killing before that.
Correct.
So with new information, my activism changed.
Yeah.
And by 2020, when we were having a conversation about defunding and abolition, I was able to participate in that differently and support that cause differently because I took the time to gain the information. And I think it's important that people share stories like that because they look at organizers or activists or strategists and they think we're perfect or they think we think we're perfect. And it's like, no, baby, I'm learning in public just like everybody else should be willing to.
Yeah.
Right. And if we stop making people feel guilty about what they don't know, we actually have the opportunity to recruit more people to the right side of history.
My brain just literally exploded because I'm thinking of all the people online right now who think that everybody is an expert. If you have a phone, you're an expert
on something.
You're an
apparently
activist.
You got Google.
You've been on the front lines. You got ChatGPT. It's told you everything from the genesis of what has happened, where we started, Black America. You got white people talking about Black America as it's a lived experience. And it's not to say, like, what I went to Fordham University, my African American studies professor was a white man who was so knowledgeable and so smart and gave so many incredible stories of the things that he's learned throughout his life and his activism, and still admitted that he didn't know everything because he wasn't a Black man and he would not have that firsthand knowledge.
That's right.
But
they're my type of white people.
I love them. I love them.
Like, if you're going to be over here, then come respectfully.
Please. Please. Like, and if you're going to educate people, educate people who look like you to stop behaving in a way that harms people like us.
That's right.
That's a whole other story. Anyway, I find it so interesting that on social media, because everybody's an activist and everybody is so knowledgeable and everybody knows everything about everything, when you do have people who spark up discourse and conversation around the things that they don't know, those people end up completely coming for these other set of people and being like, how could you not know this, blah blah blah. The interfighting that is happening right now is so exhausting to watch. As a person of influence, as influencers, as creators, as celebrities, and people who want to speak out and say something about what's going on, even without having all of the information, but something, post a resource, do something. The people who will come for you in your DMs and be like, well, you forgot to mention, this happened in 1953.
I know you said you like waffles, but what about pancakes?
Literally. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Be happy that people are talking about this shit at all.
So here's the thing, right? Because I understand it to an extent. I understand how exhausting it can feel to be constantly catching people up. To feel like, oh, okay, I've been bending my back and breaking my back fighting for this for however long, right? Like, I could read the book, why couldn't you? I could watch the film, why couldn't you? I could get the training, why couldn't you? I really do fundamentally understand. And to be clear, I feel it sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely have been feeling it recently.
I have to stop myself from being like, excuse me?
Yeah.
What do you mean this is not the America you know? This is the only America I've ever known. Welcome to the party, right?
God.
Like,
the people who
what
say,
type of time are we
this
on?
is not who we are.
This is not who we are. Who is we?
Who? That's a Arch OA reference that I know. Who?
Who said that?
Who said that? Who is saying that?
But I think that there is a way to hold folks to account, to say, now that you're here, we don't have time for your shock and awe. We only have time for you to learn and act. And the truth of the matter is, you're probably going to have to do a lot of that simultaneously.
Yeah.
So this thing where you want to like get in a book club and I'm listening and I'm learning.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to take 5 years to read the same 2 books, and those books happen to be by white authors because I can't figure out how to buy things from authors of color. And we're allowed to get frustrated with.
I just feel like, don't make those videos. Like, when people make those kinds of videos and they post, like, the videos, okay, the videos of mainly white people coming to the forefront and saying, I made a mistake with my vote.
I'm so sorry.
Sobbing, crying, really ominous music in the background. I didn't know. Okay, well, I'm going to smack you upside your head when I say this. We told you.
Yeah.
We gave you all of the information. You just don't need to make a video. If you have come to the forefront and now, like, you're doing your listening and learning and you're trying to get caught up, okay, maybe you make that one video. I made a mistake. I fucked up.
Yeah.
Here I am. This is what I'm doing now. Tell me what you're doing now and how we keep it going.
Because other than that, there's no point, right? Other than that, you are apologizing to make yourself feel better when it does not change the situation one iota.
Yes.
Right? Because at a certain point, as my elders would say, y'all didn't believe fat meat was greasy, right? Like, you all heard what we were telling you. We pointed to every single example in history about how authoritarians build their power. We said it happened in Nazi Germany. It happened in the global South. It happened in the Jim Crow South. It happened to my grandmama. It happened to me. And y'all said, but it'll never happen to me, though. Right? Because that's the difference. So Black people and people of color and marginalized people are experts at pattern recognition. We know how to spot evil from a mile away because that's survival. Yeah. If we can't spot it from a mile away, then we won't make it. But if you've never been subject to this level of evil, you don't know how to recognize it. You don't know how to spot it. You don't know how to see it coming from a mile away. So you think that it really is about economic anxiety. You think that this guy really is going to make gas a penny again. You think that you're going to all get jobs and be millionaires and be shitting on gold toilets. Like, you think that that really is your future just because the evil man told you that. Meanwhile, we're all like, you can't, he's a known liar.
You haven't seen that this is a lie? You haven't seen,
are your
gas
not trained
prices
that way?
Last night during the State of the Union, he mentioned that gas prices, he went to Iowa, and gas prices in Iowa are $1.26 or some shit. And I said, well, thank God. Oh my God. Because every morning I wake up thinking.
And go to Iowa,
When I go to Iowa.
Yes, in Des Moines. Yeah.
With my car.
Yes.
I can't wait to pull up at the Speedway
That's
and pay $1.26.
They are, so the apology comes because they're genuinely shocked and surprised. But the question is, who is the video for? And what is it going to accomplish? I already knew he was a liar. You don't have to tell me you figured that out. Don't make the video. Send the text message. Text your auntie, text your uncle, text your cousins, text your pastor, and all of the people who went up there and voted the same way you did, and say, hey, y'all, we were duped. And we have a chance this November to help remove some of the power that he has been trying to wrestle from his seat of government.
Yes.
Right? I don't need your video. I don't need your apology. It ain't gonna do shit for me.
Yes.
I need you to go gather your people and say, we need to get rid of some of this man's power.
Yeah.
And midterms is the way that we do that.
Yeah.
Right? It's not everything, but it's an important something.
Correct. It's giving when people make these kinds of videos, it's like, first of all, it ends up on my algorithm. I already voted properly. I'm part of the 92%.
So
I need to go on
alone.
their algorithm.
Yeah.
So you need to galvanize your people. It's giving you want cuddles and hugs from the people who did the right thing. And I can understand that guilt must be overwhelming for you.
Yeah.
But the guilt is not helpful to us right now in this current climate.
It never is.
We have shit to do. I need you to lock in.
Lock in. Show up.
Delete that fucking video.
Canvas.
And get boots on the ground.
That's right. Raise some money. Join an org.
Put your Canadian tuxedo on and get to work.
Get between ICE and your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Make sure people are fed. Make sure children can walk home safely from school. Figure out an underground railroad situation in your neighborhood. Go talk to your pastor so he can stop preaching that white supremacy shit. Yeah. Do that.
First
and foremost.
So if you do decide to make your video, you can tell us all the things that you have done.
And how other people can do it too.
Not just, please come hug me. I'm so sad. I can't believe I'm so guilty. I respectfully don't give a fuck about that.
It doesn't gain us anything at all. Just like the man who cheated on you and spends all his time crying about it. What is that doing for me? Nothing. Please get your stuff and go.
Get your stuff and go. You making this video about your husband treating you bad, but you still in the marriage?
If you gonna stay there, girl, please leave us out of it.
We don't need to see the video. We don't need to see the video.
And if you're gonna stay with the Republicans, but you just don't like Trump, please leave us out of it. I don't want to hear it. Because the truth of the matter is some people are waking up to him being evil and some people are waking up to him being a liar. Some people wanted the version of America that he said he was going to give them and he's not moving fast enough or he's not doing the things that he promised. Some of them want Make America Great Again. Yeah. Some of them want Red Hat Life. Some of them are turning against him not because they realize that this is evil, but because they realize that this is not the guy to give them the version of evil that they prefer. And I'm like, if that's what type of time you're on, then definitely delete me from this thread, girl. I don't care.
Please keep me out of this narrative.
You're still the opposition.
No, there are literal white supremacists who are upset because they feel like he's not doing enough.
Upset. That's right.
He's not doing enough to cause violence and pain and division.
And cruelty.
And then you have the ones who are waking up but are still in close proximity and relationship with people who are actively fighting for the evilness in
and that's who they need to go gather.
You need to gather them and you need to separate yourself from them.
Yeah.
But gather them first so you can get some over there before you separate yourself altogether because you're the man on the inside.
There's this really great illustration that Beverly Daniel Tatum put together. She's a former president of Spelman College. She's an educator and a researcher. She wrote this book that all the private school kids' families read back in the day called Why Are All the Black Children Sitting Together in the Cafeteria?
Yes.
And so she talks about how ending systemic oppression in all ways that it shows up, racism, homophobia, transphobia, classism, white supremacy, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, ableism, all of it, that it's like a moving walkway at an airport, right? You're just trying to get to your gate, right? There are 4 groups of people on that moving walkway. The first group of people are standing still and just moving along with the walkway toward their intended destination. I'm at B25, that's where I'm going. I'm not going anyplace else, and I'm just going to stand here and let it move me, right? Then there's a second group of people who are walking quickly toward B25. And they're like, yep, that's exactly the destiny that I want. That's the Make America Great Again that I want. I'm going to go arrive there as quickly as possible. There's a third group of people who have turned around and said, actually, I'm realizing everybody can't get into gate B25. They're turning a bunch of people away. That place isn't accessible. It's not equitable. Actually, B25 is not the place where we need to go. We need to turn around and go in the other direction. So I'm going to turn around, but I don't really have the strength or the fortitude or the equipment or the knowledge to really walk. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try to walk in the other direction. But you know, when you're a kid and you're trying to move in the opposite direction of the moving walkway, that the moving walkway tries to drag you back anyway, right? So these people are walking and they're trying to move in the opposite direction, but that thing still tries to pull them. And then there's a fourth group of people who is like recognizing that we have to recruit as many people as possible to create oppositional force. So I have to run in the opposite direction. I got to get you to run in the opposite direction. I got to get 50 more people to run in the opposite direction. It's the only way that all of us are going to make it back in the other direction and actually change the pathway, the intended pathway of the moving walkway. At any given point in time, on any social issue that matters, all of us are any number of those four people. I was absolutely one of those people moving silently toward transphobia once upon a time until I learned better and knew better and then did better, right? Yeah. So now it's on me to go and talk to other cisgender women and say, hey, coming for our trans sisters is actually not making you any more free. Let's go run in the other direction, sis.
And it actually affects us.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So all of us have that work to do.
Yeah.
Right? And it's incumbent upon all of us to do it. It affects all of us immediately because guess what? Our trans siblings got made the stalking horse and the scapegoats in this election, and look what happened.
Correct.
Look what happened.
Correct. I tell cis women, especially cis Black women, because this is another conversation, but I tell us often when I hear transphobia, homophobia pop up, even cis heterosexual Black men, please understand that every time patterns, every time the government comes for the queer community,
listen,
the LGBTQIA+,
listen,
who are they setting the stage for?
That's right. That's right.
Every time they come for them, they come for Black people immediately afterwards.
That's right.
Doesn't matter how you identify or at the same time. It is a practice run.
Because if you Black and queer, they're coming for you first.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is a practice run for them.
That's right.
They're like, how can we vilify? How can we make these people so othered? How can we get everybody so afraid of them?
That's right.
And then they use this same shit on us immediately afterwards. That's right.
Black queer people and Black women and Black queer women in particular are the guinea pigs of evil because we are considered to be the least human. So these systems can get away with enacting everything on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because who's going to care?
Correct.
I'll never forget years. Let me begin by saying this. I've been an R. Kelly hater for a long time.
You OG?
A long periodically time. I'm an OG R. Kelly hater. Me and Robert have had beef for a long time.
Yeah, well, he's been a piece of shit.
He's been a piece of shit for a very long time.
Yeah.
But people wanted to bump and grind, so people pretended
Correct.
like
they wanted to step in the name of love.
They wanted to wear that all white on the riverboat cruise and step in the name of love. And I understand Black people want to get their joy, but it can't be at the expense of Black girls and women.
No.
But it was okay because it was at the expense of Black girls and women. And I'll never forget the first time I realized just how deep his evil went. When I read a story from, I think he's a Chicago Sun-Times reporter, and I'm going to say his last name wrong. But DeRogantis, I think is his last name. He was like one of the first reporters to really do major exposés on him. Like I'm talking like back to after Aaliyah's passing, right? And this is this white man, Jim DeRogantis, writing these articles, and he states very explicitly that his whole empire would have come tumbling down years ago if his victims were not young, often poor, Black women and Black girls. They were acceptable losses.
Yeah.
To prop up a music business, to prop up people's paychecks, to put people on the top of Billboard charts, to win awards, to get Grammys, to get songwriting credits. It was okay for everybody because Black girls and women are expendable.
Yeah. Yes.
Black queer kids are expendable. And I'm like, if the white man could get that, then what's wrong with the rest of y'all? Because we're always the target practice.
Yeah.
Every single time. And when we wake up to the fact that the policies that we need to set can be measured in quality by whether or not they will create real equity for the most marginalized, for Black women, for Black queer people, then actually that will help everybody.
Yeah.
If it's good for us, it'll be good for you too. The problem is you think that if we have a little something that we gonna take it from you. And that's the real threat. Well, people don't want to have that conversation.
No, that's the gag.
That's
the gag.
The jig is sky high.
The gag is that.
Yeah.
It's so wild to see, especially even white liberals on social media. I'm sure you saw the video of the man who was like, after the insane, sickeningly, just disgusting murder of Renee Nicole Good, Alex Peretti. That honestly has shocked me. Because I was like, oh, they killing white people? Oh, they're killing... I'm like, first of all, I feel like been the town crier for many years now. Trayvon Martin's murder and Michael Brown's murder definitely galvanized me. That's when I like really woke up.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've been running around being like, they're killing us. And then I said, white people.
They're killing y'all.
They're killing you. Do you see this? Do you see what's happening? This, I'm sure, well-meaning white man got on TikTok and said, if they're killing us now, it's only a matter of time until they start killing children without cause.
Until they start?
Well,
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to find.
I'm finding it.
Sorry. I'm trying to figure out where he had us fucked up at. I think that it is incredible how the internet has democratized information and made every single thing that's ever been written, studied, researched, remembered available to all of us, mostly for free.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the library and get an encyclopedia anymore. The kids don't even know what an encyclopedia is.
They don't know what hell it is when S is missing and you got a report due the next day. All of this is available to us at the touch of a finger. You don't even have to go to an internet cafe. You don't even have to ask your mom to hang up the phone so you can get on the dial-up. It's in your pocket. You don't even have to Google it and read the article anymore because ChatGPT, wild self, will read the article for you. Yeah, sometimes lie to you, but
you could do a voice thing and it will talk to you. It will tell you. You don't have to read it.
You can do all of that and think that children have never before been killed by this country without cause. First of all, I want you to tell me what cause is acceptable to kill a child.
Right. Let's start there. Let's start there.
Let's begin there.
Yes.
But second of all, we need to read.
Open
and
the
if
schools.
you don't open it, because somebody was left behind. If you don't feel like reading, then pop on Netflix. There's an entire documentary section. And I can't dare be a descendant of enslaved African people. I can't dare think of my indigenous siblings, especially the ones putting it down in Minnesota right now. I can't dare think about all of our immigrant siblings who are currently dealing with family separation. I can't dare think about Juan Nicholas, who's 2 months old, detained and sick and being denied medical care. I want to be really clear. Not only is the cruelty the point, shout out to Adam Sawyer who coined that phrase. Not only is the cruelty the point, death is the point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Thinning the population is the point.
Yes.
If I cannot kill you, then I need to exploit you. Either way, this particular administration and many systems that are being propped up by it without any shame, right, or apology, seek to destroy.
Yes.
I'm the child of two preachers. The Bible says the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. What do you think we are dealing with now?
Correct.
That is what is happening. And if you notice, when Renee Good was murdered, they still had a bunch of excuses for why she deserved it.
Because she was,
I
believe because she was queer. Had she not been queer,
she wasn't skinny, and she wasn't blonde haired and blue eyed, because she had the audacity to not be their archetype of a white woman.
Yeah.
She was not the proper victim to them.
Yep.
And then here comes Alex Preddy. And if you remember, they tried to vilify him at first. They tried to say he pulled a gun on the ICE agents. Well, the videos proved that was wrong. They tried to say he was some, rogue anarchist, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the video comes out, and the only reason why he's engaged is because ICE pushed down a woman first, and he tries to get in between the ICE and the woman, right?
Yes.
Then they try to say, oh, well, he's out here building bombs in his basement. No. Actually, he's taking care of your pawpaw at the VA.
Yeah.
Because he's a nurse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's how he takes care of people of all political ideologies, races, creeds, religions, and has been nursing them back to life.
Yeah.
And they had somebody who they couldn't talk shit about. And on top of it, it was a white man.
Yeah.
And suddenly, Republicans, white people, liberals, folks who said, I don't do politics, I just come on TikTok to sell my stuff, or I just do my little influencing, or I come on and do my makeup, all of a sudden, those folks in particular had a whole lot to say.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Trump said, oh, we're gonna pull out of Minnesota.
Yeah. We did what we needed to do.
We did what we needed to do. We scared y'all into position. And we're just going to keep doing what we're doing in Minnesota, but more quietly, because they didn't pull out. And we're going to do what we're doing and do that in other places equally as quietly. But I'm going to make sure that they don't kill any more white nurses. And also, that apparently was a bridge too far.
Also on the way out, look at the Somali daycares. It was giving like, hey, look over there. And then they just like, it is.
And all this because you don't want us to see your name in the Epstein files. But
all this. And these are from the pro-life people who care so much about children. It was never about children.
Evil has to enact violence to protect itself. That is the only way white supremacist power functions, is through violence. Yeah. It has to enact violence on either people who do not fit the archetype and or people who fit the archetype but don't fall in line.
Yeah.
The betrayers and the people of color, we are in the way of the supremacy that they seek, of the power and domination that they seek. And when you seek domination, your tool is always going to be violence.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who don't get that that's what type of time it is.
Yes. Well, as you've said, shock and awe is the strategy. That is the point. The reason why we're all so burnt out and exhausted, because we did a poll with the besties. Hey guys. And everyone's burnt out. Totally. Everyone is politically burnt the fuck out. Like after the election, Brittany, I said, oh, I can't do this shit no more. I am not made for this shit, period. I'm sorry. Like one, of course I love to win. But two, everything was riding on this election. Yeah. As we are now seeing, for those of you who didn't see it before, everything was riding on this moment. There are no perfect politicians. No. And even leading up to the midterms, I'm terrified with the way that people, because we have access to social media, because we have access to all of the information and conversations, the interfighting and the way that people are already trying to degrade and point fingers at and uncover. Yes, we should be holding politicians accountable. There are no perfect politicians. Kamala Harris, I campaigned for her. She's not a perfect person. She doesn't have a perfect track record. There's a lot of shit that she probably and has said, I got it wrong. I would have done this differently. Everyone, Barack Obama. My president till I die.
Listen, I did a lot of work with him, and I remember in 2020, he was like, maybe we should revisit some of that and update it. Yeah. I don't, the shit that he did in Flint, Michigan with the water, I'm never going to get down with that. Drinking the water, we know the water wasn't good. You said, hey, bruh, come on.
Hey, did you really test that water before who put that smart water in your cup before you drank that? But nobody is perfect. We cannot I think that people look at politicians like they're deities of some kind and they're supposed to be these perfect beings. What do you say to that?
I remind people that we don't look for perfect politicians because there are no perfect people. That what we do is we build power. So the idea behind getting somebody like Vice President Harris in office is not about whether you agree with every policy. It's about picking your partner and or opponent. It's about saying, these are the things and issues that I care about. Which one of these two people is going to get me closer to my finish line? One of these people is going to listen to me, even if they don't agree with me. One of these people might agree with me and wants to work with me on moving these things forward. The other person is going to arrest or deport me if I have anything to say about it. This is a clear choice.
And take away my right to vote and maybe kill me.
Right. Like, this is a clear choice.
Yeah.
When we understand the role that voting plays in shifting a society. It is a singular thing. It does not fix everything. And when you understand what that singular thing does, it sets up the field of play, right? It lets you know, this is the person I'd rather work with on this. Or at the very least, this is the person I'd rather fight on this, right? It's about picking your opponent, not picking your partner, not picking the perfect person. And so I think that because people lack that understanding, we get caught up in these really tightly wound definitions of what people should do, believe, say, how they should say it, when they should have said it, what day they should have said it on, what time they should have said it at. And if you didn't send out that press release at 12:01, but you sent it out at 12:10, then you were too late. And like, that's actually not the way this thing works. A perfect union relies on all of us. It relies as much on the people we elect to represent us as it does on those of us who occupy the office of citizen, because we pay them, right? Those elections are their performance reviews. Yeah. Every single time we show up at a school board meeting, every time we protest, every time we show up at a city council meeting, every time we pass around that petition to get the ballot measure on the thing because y'all wouldn't take care of it in the state legislature. Every time people got ballot measures for abortion on and said, we're going to enshrine this in the Constitution. Every time somebody said a person is electable if you elect them. So don't tell me Mom Donnie is not electable because we're going to go elect him. And we can do the same thing with Jasmine Crockett. We did the same thing with Summer Lee, right? Like we did the same thing with Ilhan Omar. Every time somebody shows up in that way, we occupy the office of citizen with all the power that we have at our disposal.
Yes.
That's what we're actually supposed to be doing. And the truth of the matter is, as terrible as things feel and look right now, and as burnout as we all are, we have legitimate stuff in the win column. There's a Democratic woman who was elected governor of Virginia.
Yeah.
The place that years ago passed Confederate History Month as a response to Black History Month, right? There is a Muslim man who is mayor of New York City who was born in Africa. Yeah. Right?
Whose middle name is Kwame.
And he's sitting there with AOC and Ms. Rachel talking about free childcare for everybody, for children, and actually making it happen.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like there are so many things that were once thought to be impossible. But if we are smart enough to find a political home, places like the Working Families Party, if it's the Democratic Party, think about how you're changing things from the inside earnestly and not just going along to get along. If it is Freedom Together, if it is the organizations behind the No Kings movement, if it's Black Voters Matter, if it's Move On, if it's Mobilized US, there are so many places to go and find your political home. Yeah. Go get active. Yeah. It's that type of time. Yeah. Go learn, go get trained, go get active, and take whatever talent, time, and treasure you uniquely have to offer and submit it and commit it to this process. Yeah. That's what a perfect union is. Not a bunch of perfect politicians, because there are no perfect people. A perfect union is all of us participating. And us pointing fingers at each other and say, you're not participating the right way, instead of pointing the finger back at ourselves and say, how am I participating in the way that I deem fit? That's where we get stuck.
Oh, Brittany.
Oh, Kamie.
Why can't we put all of these people on a Zoom? I mean, we have. I've been on plenty of Zooms. Listen. You bitches just weren't there, but I was there. How can we seed this out to the masses? Because even as, growing up, my family never registered to any political party. My parents always told me that you vote for who you think is going to be the best person to do this job. That was then. We're not in that that lifestyle anymore. That's no longer the era that we're a part of. As a now registered Democrat, I find myself very frustrated with Democrats because I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? They're over here playing Russian roulette with our lives. You're over here playing Pokemon cards. We're doing two completely different things. How can the people who did lock in for the election, who are feeling the burnout, who are like, honestly, right now, I need to do like the least amount possible, but I still want to be active.
Yeah.
What can they do?
I think a lot of that is about, so I'll say it like this. Anything that we offer the movement comes in 3 buckets: time, talent, or treasure. Do you have the time to show up someplace? Do you have a skill that you can offer? Do you got some coin that you can put on it? All of those things matter greatly.
Yeah.
There are people who are never going to be frontline folks. They like, don't arrest me. I ain't finna be sitting out there in the cold.
Yeah.
And guess what? We got to be clear. Everybody has a different threshold.
Correct.
If you're caring for an elderly parent or you're raising children, you don't need to make the same choice that somebody who's 21 and got Meg Thee Stallion needs and no responsibility is.
Yes, correct.
It's okay.
Yes.
Right? Because like raising whole families and elder care and community care is also revolutionary in particular contexts, especially the context we're living in right now, right? So like you got to measure your own threshold and figure out which one of those buckets, at least one, are you operating in?
Yeah.
Because if you're not going to go get arrested, then maybe you're raising the bail money. And you putting 100 on it, and you getting your neighbor to put 100 on it, and you're getting your church to pass the collection plate, and you calling up your rich friend and you saying, hey, I just need you to slide $5,000 over here.
Yeah.
Don't ask me what we doing with it. I'm gonna give you plausible deniability.
Correct.
But just put it over there and just trust me with it.
Yeah.
Right? Because maybe that's your thing. When we were in Ferguson, I love talking about Mama Cat. So Mama Cat is a chef. By trade, she's an incredible cook. She has an organization where she helps people work their way out of houselessness and folks who are returning citizens by teaching them those skills, right? And getting them great jobs. And she was older, right? She was like, I got responsibilities. I got a family. But what I can do is feed y'all. Because we were out there all hours of the night.
Yeah.
Right? We
Hustling.
would be leaving our jobs, going out there, getting home at 2 and 3 in the morning after being tear gas, pepper sprayed, chased off, and getting up and doing it all over again while raising children, while being married, while caring for elders, while caring for one another. We were doing all of those things. And when people were showing up in the streets and losing their jobs because of it, when people were showing up in the streets and sacrificing their health for it, she said, here's the talent that I have. And I can match some time with it, and I can commit, I will feed y'all.
Yeah.
So there were folks who traveled from all across the country for on the days that they had off, like holidays, and you'd have a whole Thanksgiving spread out there during the Ferguson uprising because Mama Cat cooked that food. She bought it. She would raise the money to buy the food. She cooked it. She would use the folks that she was training to help her cook it. She would serve people with dignity, right? And that kind of community care matters deeply. I didn't want Mama Cat to get arrested. I wanted some of that sweet potato pie though.
Yeah, correct.
Period.
Fuel the activists.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when we say there's a role for everybody, we mean that practically.
Yeah.
We mean that literally. So for those folks who are like, look, my threshold is low, or I'm burnt out, I need to rest a little bit, but I still want to make my contribution, I'm glad you're not giving up because we need you to not give up. Time, talent, treasure.
Yeah.
Figure out where your contribution is and make it.
Yeah.
And if this is a different contribution in this season than it will be in the future, that's okay.
I love that. I love that.
That's just where we at.
Before we started recording, you were talking about how interesting of a time it is to raise children in this climate.
Girl.
What is your, and I'm sure you're still like learning through it and working through it yourself, but what is your advice for parents during this time? Because I'm seeing so many videos of parents, especially immigrant parents or people of color who are sending their children to school, and these other children are being radicalized in a white nationalist kind of way. Absolutely. And bringing that to their school where your kids are going, and now your kids are hearing the N-word for the first time, being called racial slurs and being kids have always been bullying of other
Yeah.
children. Oh, your food stinks, blah, blah, blah. But now we're in a completely different kind of place.
Because there's no shame about it
Yeah.
anymore. We haven't made racism shameful anymore.
Right.
The thing about it is, I mean, I pray over my sons daily, right? Like I'm constantly just asking God to protect them, to keep them, to protect their genius, to protect their innocence, to protect their childhood, because we adultify kids of color. But I'm also just thinking about the ways that parents need to get active in a totally different way. Like I'm thinking about, what's the group? Moms for Liberty. Them white ladies got together and they said, these schools are not racist enough for us.
Yeah.
We got to do something about it. What do you mean they're reading queer books in library? What do you mean that there are trans kids on the soccer team? Oh, wait, that's 3 states away, but still it could happen here. Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Like they were so pissed that there was even an inkling, a whiff of equity happening in their kids' school district or the district next door or the district 5 states away. And they said, we're going to do something about it. So they banded together and they got elected to school boards, plenty of them in uncontested seats, because nobody thought about how powerful those roles are.
Yeah.
And then they got the books banned, and they got the teachers who were teaching equitable things fired, and they got the principals fired, and they got the superintendent sued. And all of those things happened because some pissed off supremacist ass moms got together and said, I can run for office too.
And it went all the way up to dismantling the Board of Education.
The Department of Education, which they're trying to do right now. And there's a woman who was married to a wrestling CEO who's in charge of it all, right? Like, so if they're on that type of time, it ain't no reason.
If 1 + 1 is 2.
Hello?
And 2 + 2
and
is 4.
And 2 + 2 is 4. Then
what the fuck you think you're supposed to be doing?
If 2 + 2 is 4 and 1 + 1 is 2, then it's time for us to get active. And there are folks who are doing that in really powerful ways. But this idea that like parents' rights is really code for what white parents want, we need to turn that on its head. There should be more of us at the school board meeting when they're trying to ban books than they're not.
Yeah.
There should be more of us who are ready to put our names in ballots that are not. There should be more of us who are willing to push back against, superintendents being told that they're discriminating against white students just for making sure that accurate history is being taught than not. The takeover is necessary. Let me say it like this. Bill Lamar is a pastor of an AME church in DC, Metropolitan AME. That's African Methodist Episcopal, for those of y'all who don't know.
Period.
The Proud Boys a few years ago were terrorizing DC, right? This was, we're talking January 6th type of energy all the time. And he said, bet, if you want to create this institution and you want to label yourselves as this, I'm going to be creatively subversive and get up under your skin. Do you know that the trademark to the Proud Boys is owned lock, stock, and barrel by one Reverend William Lamar IV and the congregants of Metropolitan AME Church?
He said, checkmate, bitch. In the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. Like, what you're telling me is that this entire infrastructure I built under this particular label is a label I can no longer use to recruit people to my cause, because every time I do it, I got to pay you or go to court?
Yeah.
That's the type of energy I'm talking about.
Correct.
That's the type of time we got to be on. Creative subversion. I see them trying to come at us in every single evil way. So we're going to go around you.
Yeah.
We're going to go under you. We're going to go over you. We're going to do things that shock and awe you and leave you so confused and surprised as to how we did it that you'll be telling the story for generations to come.
Yeah.
Because you still can't quite figure out our magic.
And if you are a part of these oppressive groups and you don't want to be, but you also don't want to be left out of Bridge Club or Book Club or be looked at a little weird at the PTA meeting, then you're not mad enough.
You're not mad enough. And also, it's more fun over here anyway.
So,
we got better music, better celebrities, better food, because we season ours. Like,
when I
it's
look
better
at
over
these
here anyway.
Mar-a-Lago parties, I'm like, this shit looks like a snooze fest.
Y'all
Who
over here
wants to be
playing
there?
bridge. We play spades over here, okay? We
That
play Uno.
Freaking halftime show they did.
Listen, baby.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't have rather watched Bad Bunny?
Here's the
pop
thing.
his little
the thing.
waist. You wouldn't have rather watched that?
A bunch of them were watching Bad
They
Bunny.
were watching it. You were at Mar-a-Lago like this.
Okay.
Actually, no, they
were
were watching on the screen.
on the big screen.
They were watching.
They weren't
on
watching
the
Kid Rock.
screen. You want to be a part
like a
of
5-year-old?
this?
Of course they did. First of all, Benito is fine.
Duh.
Then it was entertaining.
Yes.
It's something to shake your ass to. And it's the pride of an entire diaspora of people who are like, yeah, you thought we were going somewhere, but we're not. That's one of the, Rihanna, Usher, Beyonce, Bad Bunny. Why in the world would you turn those things off?
To watch Kid Rock
and his bald ass
perform for a meth lab.
Oh my god.
At a white supremacist rally.
Listen, because Benito was popping that thing. Kid Rock ain't got nothing to pop. Let's be honest.
Benito was popping that thing and everyone agreed.
We enjoyed it very much.
Everyone enjoyed it. Even if you say you didn't, you're
That's
a
right.
fucking liar.
You're a liar. You're a lie and the truth is not in you.
Brittany.
We're a mess.
No, truly.
In the best way.
Truly. And I would love to keep going, but I need for you to tell everyone who has listened to this, and hopefully you feel charged up. Hopefully you feel ready, because let me tell you something, bitch, you don't have a choice. I'm going to drag you by your edges and your pubic hairs.
Okay.
And that's a promise.
Because I was like, if you don't have edges, how are we going to get you? But you said pubic hair. Okay.
That's a promise. Lashes, whatever you have.
They grow back. Yeah.
I'm going to get that D-curl in
plan.
my fingers grips. That's why I got my nails cut off, so I can really reach you.
That's a plan.
The way I need to.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I want you to get yourself and everyone you love to those polls for these midterms.
Yep.
Because for the people who say our vote does not count, our vote doesn't mean anything, pretty sure you're seeing exactly what your vote means or could have meant now.
Hello.
So I don't want to hear that.
Hello.
Oh, the government has never done nothing for me. The government's about to do a lot for you. To you.
To you. There it is.
I don't do politics. The politics is going to do you.
It's going to do you. It is always interested in you. It is always interested in subjugating you if you do not want to take a hold of your own power. And personally, I'll be damned if I let anybody take anything from me, especially people who don't season their food.
Correct.
Like, why would I do that?
Correct.
Why would I give of myself in that way?
Why would I do that?
Why would I voluntarily sacrifice the goodness in my life? That doesn't make any sense.
By uncool people.
Come on.
Uncool, evil monsters.
By an orange blob who
with a
can't
gobble
seem
neck.
to keep a wife.
Yes.
Who apparently, reportedly, allegedly smells to the high heavens.
Who's shitting himself.
Why would I voluntarily give that my power? Hell no.
Be so fucking for real.
Not
Everyone.
happening.
Collectively. For the people who want to get involved, where do they go? Where do they start? Where are some resources other than following you, which if you're not following Brittany already,
That's kind.
I don't know what you're doing. Can you tell everyone where they can follow you?
You can follow me across social media at Miss Packnett, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. I am not on Shitter.
No, me neither. I used to be, but
I'm about
honestly,
to be on Substack. My podcast, Undistracted, is coming back in a couple of weeks for season 4, and we're also adding some video, so we'll have to have you on.
Oh my God, I would love to.
Can we do all of this?
I would love
once
to.
Again?
Yes.
There are a couple of organizations that I always tell people to look at. First of all, the work of the Working Families Party under the leadership of Maurice Mitchell is phenomenal. They run candidates in local races and state races at the national level, sometimes on the Democratic line, sometimes not. But most certainly, all of those folks who are saying, neither one of these parties work for me and we need to build a third party, Working Family Party is already doing it. And they are bringing democratic principles and marrying them with truly progressive politics and doing it in an actually diverse coalition. And it's beautiful. And they also just do a lot of training and canvassing and things that people need. So I would definitely go to the Working Families Party. I would be a part of and or support Black Voters Matter. The way that they mobilize people in the South is unlike any other. And the work that they do is absolutely critical. And here's the last thing I would do. I would find ahead of this midterm a candidate that you like. They can be in your state or another state. Find a candidate that you like and find some way to contribute to them getting across the finish line. Donate, canvas, make phone calls, phone bank, text your family, text your people, do something. Because it's one thing to say we need to change the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing for us to do the thing so that we can change it.
Amen to that, sister. These midterms coming up quickly, y'all.
Quick.
And let me tell you something. I don't want to be disappointed again. The Republican Party is already terrified. They're already talking about, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. If you guys don't vote for us, we're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make that happen.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
That's their worst case scenario.
Let's enjoy ourselves doing it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh
Why
my
not?
God. I can't wait to make it happen with you. I'm so excited.
I'm very excited to give Mike Johnson exactly what he's asking for.
I can't wait.
Mitch McConnell, while you're still here.
Girl, let me tell you something. Every single time that old bitch falls down, I'm like, girl, just roll over. I'm not going to lie. I was watching the State of the Union last night. Like, if you just croak right now.
Girl.
I got a bottle of wine.
5 more to replace them, and one of them's black.
I know. Ah, it's sick. It's sick. And I hate how I feel. Like, I hate thinking this way. I hate feeling like this.
Yeah.
Like, I hate waking up every morning thinking about the terrible things that could happen to terrible people.
But we're not powerless.
We're not powerless. And I need to lock in too.
Yes. Let's visualize all of the good things that happen to us when we make good choices.
Yes.
When we connect with one another to support each other making good choices. And when we get on our Zoom.
Get on your Zoom.
And make it happen. We are incredibly powerful. And all of that is within our hands. Look at that last election. Listen, we got a lot of people across the finish line that said was never electable.
That's true. That's true.
We can win.
Brittany, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited. I went from being doom and gloom to now I'm excited. So thank you.
We're going to win.
We're winning. We already won.
That's it.
It is written. Speak it as if it were.
It is so.
Speak life into this election, this midterms. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.